Hello? Okay, we good. Alright, so, ooh, potential here with that reasoning. That reasoning. As long as we don't get something awful off of reasoning, we got this. It's an easy win. Especially with the strong wins. And he's got a back row? Ooh. I don't really care about the back row, but I don't know, man. What is this? Quick revolve, especially on a rocket monster. Alright. What does this do? Does all the rockets, they like destroy themselves during the end phase and you get something. You just special on a rocket from your deck. Alright. You get one rocket, I'm gonna draw 3 cards with the new for hire full go. Alright. And oh, wow, that's actually not too bad. Alright. As long as we don't get like the same, like either one of these. Actually, I only play like I think one of these guys. One. Wow, dude, he hit the one, he actually calls one and he hits it, dude. The guy's a legend, dude. I don't know what else to say. He's the best player in the game. Salty. Do I want all of them to get a boost of attack? Sure, why not? Let's go ahead and boost them all up. Doesn't really matter. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and summon Jester Confit. I summoned Jester Confit, even though he called my card, I basically went -1. It's okay. It's okay. Because you know what's gonna happen? We're gonna be able to get this card's effect. It's gonna give us this card. Actually, well, I can pop the back row. Actually, to guarantee this play to be safe, because knowing my luck, the back row is gonna be like Mirror Force, right? We're gonna go ahead and grab the one that there's one that destroys set cards. It's one with the not monocle. Where is it? This guy. There we go. Let's go summon this one. And we're going to go ahead and activate this. It doesn't really matter which one we summon, its effects are negated anyways. But yeah, I just want to guarantee that this is not like a Mirror Force, so we're going to attack into it. And then we're going to go ahead and get this card's effect, and we're going to draw 3 cards. Completely balanced Kappa. And then on top of that, we'll see what... it's probably a card when it's destroyed by... destroy something, or whenever it's destroyed by battle, it gets something else, whatever. But now, this is where this deck becomes good. Now, unfortunately, I didn't draw into any, like, back row, because I do actually play legit back row. So when this card is destroyed by battle, you can special summon a rocket monster. So, eventually, he's going to make a monster. It's going to activate an effect. I play hand traps in here. We've got Effect Veiler, and we've got Ghost Ogre. I'm going to Ghost Ogre ASAP so I can draw into perhaps an Ash Blossom, which will also stop his play. Anyways, let's see what he does. Because, like I said, he's going to go into some type of a Link monster. Hopefully with not more attack than 2400. Okay, so... it gains 500 attack and defense. Your opponent can activate cards in response. Oh, I can't even respond to it. Alright, so I'm going to destroy his card. And then I would like to draw 3 more cards, please. Thank you, sir. And I still have a Veiler, by the way. This is so OP! If you can pull it off. It's not that hard to pull off. It's any 3 monsters, and he just GG'd out here. But that is Fulgo the Justice for Hire. And actually is pretty easy to summon. It's obviously only really good in for hire decks, because as soon as you summon it, I guess I don't really want to make this a deck profile video, but we're going to go ahead and go into the deck section. I just wanted to play this deck without Sky Strikers. It's way better with Sky Strikers, but I understand the Sky Striker hate with the Yu-Gi-Oh community at the moment. This is the new card. You guys saw what it did. It makes people quit. It didn't matter that he was playing Rockets, because at the end of the day, if I make this card and I destroy one card, whether it's with these effects or if I just destroy it by battle, I'm drawing 3 cards. That's not really fair. At least that's how I feel. I mean, if I'm gonna get rid of something and then draw 3 cards after already drawing 3, it's insane. But busted, we did it, boys. It did not take us 3 hours. Get out of here. All right, I never even bothered playing it with Sky Strikers. It would be way better with Sky Strikers. So in fact, you should probably play it with Sky Strikers. But I just wanted to play a quick duel with the for hires, because at the end of the day, I want to say it's more of a budget deck than like anything. And if you're playing in a competitive scene, maybe there's better options. But anyways, Fulgo Justice for Hire. It requires 3 monsters with different types. Cannot be used as link material, but as soon as it's link summoned, you can just summon a for hire monster from your deck in defense position with a different type of the materials used for its link summon. So basically, you get to go for whatever monster that you want. And then, if card or cards your opponent controls is destroyed by battle by card effect, you get to just draw a card. So that's actually pretty good. But if you control 3 or more monsters that are for hire with different names, which includes itself, you can actually draw 3. Well, you're gonna draw 2. Two other cards. So basically, yeah, just draw cards for days. You can only use each effective at once per turn. But basically, the goal of this deck is to summon this card. It's not really like a threat, but this card can be a threat. So this card has the effect where when it's special summon, you get to excavate the cards, and then you get to add one of them to your hand. Well, you reveal cards equal to the number for hire you control with different names, except for itself. Which usually, if you're making the new for hire Link monster, at that point you would be getting like 1 card usually. So you basically get whatever the top deck you have, you just add 1 card. But then whenever your opponent activates a monster effect as a quick effect, you get to discard 1 card. It has to be a for hire card, which is the only unfortunate part with his effect. You get to negate and destroy it. So if you have this guy, plus you, like in that circumstance, he had 1 back row. I didn't even remember what the back row was, but I don't want it to be a mirror force. I just wanted to, you know, just get this video out there. Yeah, you're able to negate a monster effect, destroy it, then draw 3 cards. And at that point, the ideal combo, guys, is here. Let me show you guys the ideal combo. The ideal combo is to be able to have Skyfang Brigade strong wins, have multiple for hire monsters, specifically having these 2 in addition to having this one. It's not the easiest thing to do, to have both of them, because you can only really get 1 extra card out. That's a higher level. The low level ones, that's really easy to do in the game. But if you have low level into like low level, into summon this, meaning you get, okay, basically you need to have 3 low level for hires, and then you need to summon this card or this card, and you use the 3 little monsters to make this. Then you use this to bring out the other 1. And then as soon as you destroy 1 monster by battle or by card effect, it doesn't really matter. Keep in mind these can be used as destruction, but if you're summoning off of this, you're going to be at that point drawing already. But ideally you want to be able to draw the 3 cards. So what you'd want to do is have these 3 on board, destroy 1 monster, draw 3 cards, hopefully you get 1 for hire. But then what happens is during your opponent's turn, whenever you do anything to destroy, it doesn't have to be via for hire effect. Anything that gets destroyed, alright? As you guys saw, we even Ghost Ogre at him, and we're able to draw 3 additional cards. You have this card, which is going to allow you to obviously have your food for your Wiz Sage. Wiz Sage allows you to negate a spell trap by discarding a for hire. The Lafarl will let you negate a monster effect. So effectively, if you drew into any of the back row, you could probably make this deck much better, again, with Sky Strikers, but if you have other back row, Exodia for I don't think that's actually viable. I guess since we're doing this live, you guys can let me know your guys' suggestions, with the exception of adding Sky Strikers, because again, if you throw Sky Strikers in any deck, people will say, like, dude, it's just Sky Strikers that are making good. But it's just, honestly, the Sky Strikers basically give you, well, you go 1 monster, you get the card that activates it and gets the token, then you go ahead and go for the Link monster, or not the Link monster, the Link monster, then you go ahead and get back another, you add it back, add back the token back, you activate it, and basically gives you just like a 1 for 2. And then, you're good to go. But I decided to throw in Gesture Confit. It's just a card you can just special summon. You can throw in cards like Photon Thrasher, and other just special summon, you know, a card. There's lots of those in Yu-Gi-Oh! But considered also playing Twin Twisters, but you'd have to go for your monster first, then Twin Twisters, because otherwise you're not going to be able to draw. And at that point I was like, whatever. Don't really care about it that much. But, yeah, you have the options. Like, if you can have this setup, right, which is, I wouldn't say, like, too difficult, but one thing that this deck loses to, if your normal summon gets stopped, like they Valor it, they whatever they do to it, okay, you really don't have very much follow-up in this deck. That's the main problem. Call by the Grave could be an option, but I'm not really interested in making this deck competitive without throwing Sky Strikers in there. At that point, you're good to go anyways, right? But yeah, ideally you'd want any of there's probably a lot of, you can Trap Tricks, Trap Hole, Nightmare, something to actually destroy the monster, just so you can actually get the additional draws. So like any 1+ back row plus this is pretty easy to do, and still playing 6. I mean, if I'm drawing like 6 cards, hopefully I can draw at least 1 trap. But then on, if I make this board, I have negate a monster effect, I have negate a spell or trap, and then I have a stop a monster, so basically another monster effect. So it's basically like 3 negates in one turn. Plus, that doesn't even count all the hand traps that you could potentially draw. You can actually play a few more hand traps, but I definitely recommend maxing out on Ghost Ogre, because during your opponent's turn, if you make this, and they're trying to activate something, you can activate Ghost Ogre, and if this guy's still here, you can still draw 3. It's pretty cool. I like it. But that's the showcase of the new For Hire. But I'm looking what you guys are saying. Updated Nurse Burn. Double Summon to stop that issue. Yeah, you could play Double Summon to stop the issue of having... could be an option. Could definitely be an option. Actually, you know what I wanted to do in this? I actually wanted to play an Exodia variant of this, but that's a video for another time. But that is the new Link monster in action, Folgo Justice For Hire. Basically, being able to draw 3 cards during your turn when you first initiate his play. I don't really want to make this a deck profile because I think the Sky Striker one would be better. But if you guys want to know what the cards are, I'll mouse over them really quick. So you guys can kind of get a feel for like how I built the deck. Probably would want to bump up Ash Blossom too, maybe even Valor to 2. But I don't know, I feel like this deck has consistency issues. Maybe Called by the Grave, you can run 1 to 2 copies of that as well. Reasoning is actually pretty good in this deck because, keep in mind, it doesn't have to be all For Hire monsters, just any monsters. And then on top of that, I'm playing 2 of the Mayhem For Hire, which just lets me just special summon 1 defense position, of course, to get the 3 monsters to draw all the 3 cards. And then you also have Living Fossil. The reason why I like Living Fossil is because it lets me get back the hand traps that I use. Like turn 1, if I use one of these hand traps and I just don't have the options to go for like my play, I can just go ahead and basically Monster Reborn one of my hand traps. And on top of that, Skyfang Brigade Strong Winds, you can only activate 1 of them per turn, so it's okay if you're actually running like 2-2. I think 2-2 is okay, or even just like 2 of these and 1 of these. It just allows, again, options for if you've already hand trapped to actually bring back your hand trap. And yeah, as far as the traps, you guys can let me know what you think about traps on that. But as far as the extra deck, this is the only card that I even really put in here. All the rest was just actually from another deck. Obviously, you don't really need anything. This is the only card you need. But obviously, throwing in some Rain Force would not be a bad idea. Obviously, Castell, Utopia lineup, you have room in this. I mean, when are you going to make this? Probably never, because we're just going to be making this and drawing a bunch of cards. But anyways, that is Folgo, and he's actually pretty good. But anyways, if you're watching this on YouTube, hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know guys' thoughts on Folgo Justice For Hire. I think it's one of the best cards that we've gotten in a long time for Hires, but overall, I don't know if I would consider it super competitive. I'd say it's definitely one of the best cards, and it does have a lot more potential to make the deck more competitive in the future if we get better cards. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and we outies.